Welcome to today's powerful motivational reflection on progress. We often hear the phrase, small progress is still progress, but how often do we truly internalize its significance? In today's fast-paced world, where instant gratification and quick wins are glorified, it's easy to overlook the power of small, incremental steps. But make no mistake, the journey to any significant achievement is paved with tiny, seemingly insignificant victories. Today, we're going to dive deep into why even the smallest step forward is meaningful and how to embrace that mindset to sustain your journey through life's challenges, especially when the going gets tough. As you listen to this, remember that no matter what you're working toward, whether it's building a career, nurturing relationships, achieving personal goals, or overcoming life's obstacles, each step forward, no matter how small, adds to the larger picture. Progress isn't always about giant leaps. It's about perseverance, patience, and understanding that small victories compound over time. This perspective shift will help you stay the course even when you don't see immediate results. Today, we'll explore the depth and importance of small progress, how it builds momentum, and why you should never give up. Why small progress matters. The foundation of success. It's easy to be dazzled by stories of overnight success, but the reality is that most of those stories are built on a foundation of small, incremental progress that often goes unnoticed. Major accomplishments rarely happen in a single, monumental moment. Instead, they are the result of consistent effort over time. Imagine a towering skyscraper being built. It doesn't appear overnight. The foundation is laid one brick at a time, one floor at a time. The same goes for personal success. Small progress is the foundation upon which your ultimate success is built. Whether you are learning a new skill, developing a business, or improving your health, those tiny, seemingly inconsequential efforts add up over time. When you view progress through this lens, you realize that every small action you take is an essential part of the larger goal. It shifts the focus from being solely on the end result to valuing the process itself. This change in perspective helps you appreciate the journey and prevents you from getting discouraged when immediate results aren't visible. As long as you are moving forward, even if only by inches, you are making progress. The instant gratification trap. One of the biggest reasons people give up on their goals is the obsession with instant results. In the age of social media, it's easy to compare your progress to others and feel like you're falling behind. You might see someone achieve what you've been working toward for years seemingly overnight. This can be incredibly demoralizing, leading you to question whether your small efforts are even worth it. But what we often don't see is the behind-the-scenes work. We see the highlight reel, the end product of someone's hard work, but not the years of small steps, failures, and persistence that went into getting there. Instant gratification is a mirage. It tricks us into believing that success should be quick and effortless. When it doesn't come easily, many people abandon their goals. To counter this, you must adopt a long-term mindset. Success in any form is the cumulative result of countless small decisions and actions. Whether you're trying to lose weight, build a business, or master a skill, it's not the big moments that count the most. It's the consistency of showing up day in and day out, even when the results aren't immediate. Building the habit of consistency. Success is not a single event, it's a habit. And like any habit, it's built through repetition over time. This is why small progress is so important. It's through small, consistent actions that habits are formed. And once a habit is established, it creates momentum that makes continuing the journey easier. Let's take the example of physical fitness. If you want to get in shape, you don't need to spend hours at the gym every day from the start. In fact, that approach can often lead to burnout. Instead, start small. Commit to just 10 minutes of exercise a day. It may not seem like much at first, but as you make that small progress consistently, you build the habit of exercising regularly. Over time, those 10 minutes turn into 20, then 30, and so on. What started as a small daily effort becomes a significant achievement over time. This same principle applies to any area of life. If you want to become a better writer, start by writing a paragraph a day. If you want to improve your relationships, start by setting aside just 5 minutes each day to connect with loved ones. The key is consistency, not intensity. By making small progress a habit, you set yourself up for long-term success. The psychology of small wins. There's a psychological benefit to focusing on small progress. Research shows that celebrating small wins releases dopamine, the brain's feel-good chemical, which boosts motivation. This is known as the progress principle, and it plays a significant role in keeping us moving forward, especially when the road to success is long. When you achieve a small victory, no matter how minor, it gives you a sense of accomplishment and reinforces the belief that you're capable of success. This creates a positive feedback loop. You make progress, feel good about that progress, and are then motivated to make more progress. Over time, these small wins compound, and the sense of momentum builds, making it easier to stay the course. This is why it's so important to track and celebrate even the smallest steps forward. Whether it's checking off a task on your to-do list, finishing a chapter of a book, or simply making it through a tough day, acknowledging these wins helps sustain your motivation. It also helps combat feelings of frustration when progress feels slow. Why people give up too soon? One of the main reasons people give up on their goals is that they underestimate the power of small progress. They set huge, lofty goals and become discouraged when they don't see immediate results. But success is rarely achieved in big leaps. It's the accumulation of small, consistent efforts that leads to significant change. Let's take the example of learning a new language. Many people start with enthusiasm, but quickly become frustrated when they're not fluent within a few weeks or months. They give up, thinking it's too hard or that they're not making enough progress. But the reality is that learning a language is a long process, and it's the small, daily practice that eventually leads to fluency. The same is true for any big goal. Whether you're saving for a house, building a business, or trying to lose weight, the journey will be long and progress will often be slow. But that doesn't mean you're not moving forward. The key is to keep going, even when it feels like you're not getting anywhere. Because as long as you're making small progress, you're moving in the right direction. The compound effect, small progress adds up. Small progress might feel insignificant in the moment, but over time, it compounds into something much larger. This is known as the compound effect. The idea is that small, seemingly insignificant actions, when repeated consistently over time, lead to massive results. Consider the analogy of a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, it's small and barely noticeable, but as it continues to roll, it picks up more snow, gaining size and momentum. By the time it reaches the bottom of the hill, it's a massive snowball. The same principle applies to progress. Those small steps you take each day may not seem like much at first, but over time, they accumulate into something significant. This is why it's so important to focus on small, consistent actions rather than waiting for big, dramatic results. By taking small steps every day, you're building momentum and setting yourself up for long-term success. The power of patience, trusting the process. One of the hardest parts of making progress is having the patience to stick with it, even when the results aren't immediately visible. In a world that values instant gratification, patience is often in short supply. But patience is one of the most important traits you can develop on the road to success. Progress takes time, and sometimes it feels like you're not moving forward at all. But just because you can't see immediate results doesn't mean you're not making progress. Think of it like planting a tree. You water it, tend to it, and wait. For a long time, it seems like nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, roots are growing, and eventually the tree will sprout and grow tall. The same is true for any goal. The work you're doing today may not yield visible results immediately, but it's laying the foundation for future success. Trust the process. Have patience. Keep showing up, even when it feels like you're not getting anywhere, because as long as you keep going, you are making progress. How to stay motivated when progress feels slow. There will inevitably be times when progress feels slow, or when you feel like you're not making any progress at all. In these moments, it's important to stay motivated and keep going. Here are some strategies to help you stay on track. Break down big goals into smaller steps. When you set a big, overwhelming goal, it's easy to get discouraged if you don't achieve it right away. Instead, break it down into smaller, more manageable steps. This way, you can celebrate each small victory along the way and stay motivated to keep going. Track your progress. Keeping a journal or using a progress tracking app can help you see just how far you've come. Sometimes when progress feels slow, it's easy to forget how much you've already accomplished. By tracking your small wins, you can look back and realize that you're moving forward, even when it doesn't feel like it. Focus on the process, not just the outcome. Instead of being solely focused on the end result, shift your focus to the process. Enjoy the journey and take pride in the effort you're putting in. When you focus on the process, you're less likely to get discouraged by slow progress because you're valuing the work itself. Surround yourself with positive influences. The people you surround yourself with can have a big impact on your motivation. Surround yourself with people who encourage and support your journey. Whether it's friends, family, or online communities, having a support system can help you stay motivated and focused. Celebrate small wins. No matter how small, take the time to celebrate your accomplishments. Recognizing and celebrating your progress, even when it feels minor, helps reinforce positive behavior and keeps you motivated. The role of resilience in achieving success. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and keep going, even when things get tough. It's an essential trait for anyone pursuing a long-term goal, especially when progress feels slow. Resilience allows you to stay the course, even when things don't go as planned. It helps you weather the storms, deal with obstacles, and keep moving forward. Without resilience, it's easy to give up when the going gets tough. But with resilience, you have the strength to keep pushing forward no matter what. The key to building resilience is to focus on small progress. When you make small, consistent efforts, you build the habit of persistence. Over time, this habit becomes resilience, the ability to keep going, even when the road ahead is difficult. How small progress builds confidence. Small progress not only builds momentum, but it also builds confidence. Every time you achieve a small victory, it reinforces the belief that you are capable of success. This boost in confidence can help you tackle bigger challenges and push through difficult moments. Confidence is built through action. The more you take action, even in small ways, the more confident you become in your ability to achieve your goals. This is why it's so important to focus on small, achievable steps. Each step you take builds your confidence, making it easier to take the next step and the next until you reach your ultimate goal. The role of mindset in achieving progress. Your mindset plays a huge role in whether or not you achieve progress. A growth mindset, the belief that you can improve through effort and learning, is essential for making small progress. With a growth mindset, you view challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than as obstacles to be avoided. On the other hand, a fixed mindset, the belief that your abilities are set in stone and can't be changed, can prevent you from making progress. When you have a fixed mindset, you're more likely to give up when things get tough because you believe that effort won't make a difference. By adopting a growth mindset, you can approach small progress with a sense of curiosity and determination. Instead of focusing on the end result, you focus on the process of learning and growing, knowing that each small step brings you closer to your goal. Embracing imperfection. Progress doesn't have to be perfect. One of the biggest barriers to moving forward is the fear of imperfection. Many people hesitate to start a new project, pursue a dream, or even take the smallest action because they're afraid it won't be perfect. But perfection is an illusion, and striving for it often leads to procrastination or complete inaction. Embracing small progress means accepting that things won't always be perfect. There will be mistakes, setbacks, and times when you feel like you're not getting it right. But here's the key. You don't need to get it right every time. You just need to keep moving. Think about learning a new skill, like playing an instrument. At first, it's going to be messy. You'll hit the wrong notes, your fingers will fumble, and it won't sound great. But every time you practice, you get a little better. The same goes for anything you're working toward. Progress is messy, and that's okay. As long as you keep showing up and putting in the effort, you're making progress. Perfectionism can paralyze you, making you feel like if you can't do something flawlessly, it's not worth doing at all. But that mindset keeps you stuck. Instead, focus on progress, not perfection. Remember that every imperfect step forward is still a step forward. Over time, those imperfect actions will lead to mastery. The power of patience. Why great things take time. In a world where everything is instant, from fast food to social media updates, it's easy to forget that some of the best things in life take time. We live in a culture that values speed, where success is often equated with how quickly we can achieve it. But true, lasting success takes time to build, and that's where patience comes in. Patience is the ability to wait for something without getting frustrated or giving up. It's understanding that progress doesn't always happen on our timeline. But just because progress is slow doesn't mean it's not happening. When you plant a seed, you don't expect it to bloom overnight. You water it, tend to it, and give it time to grow. The same is true for your goals and dreams. One of the biggest challenges in achieving long-term success is learning to be patient with the process. It's easy to get discouraged when you're not seeing immediate results. But it's important to remember that great things take time. Whether you're building a career, growing a business, or working on personal development, patience is key. When you're patient, you allow yourself the time and space to make mistakes, learn from them, and grow. You don't rush the process or try to force progress. Instead, you trust that as long as you keep making small, consistent efforts, you will eventually achieve your goal. The snowball effect, how small progress gains momentum. The beauty of small progress is that it has a compounding effect. Just like a snowball rolling down a hill gathers more snow and grows larger as it gains momentum, your small efforts build on each other over time, leading to bigger and more significant results. Let's take the example of personal fitness. If you commit to exercising for just 10 minutes a day, it might not seem like much at first, but over time, those 10-minute workouts add up. You start to build strength, endurance, and confidence. Eventually, those 10 minutes turn into 20, then 30, and before you know it, you're working out regularly and seeing significant improvements in your fitness levels. This is the power of momentum. Small progress might seem insignificant in the beginning, but as you continue to show up and put in the effort, that progress builds on itself. Each small win gives you the motivation and confidence to keep going. And before long, you're achieving results you never thought possible. Breaking down overwhelming goals into manageable steps. One of the reasons people give up on their goals is because they feel overwhelmed by the sheer size of the task ahead. When you set a big, ambitious goal, it can be daunting to think about everything you need to do to achieve it. But here's the secret. You don't have to achieve your goal all at once. You just need to take it one step at a time. Breaking down big goals into smaller, more manageable steps is one of the most effective ways to make consistent progress. Instead of focusing on the entire journey, focus on the next small step you can take. Each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. For example, if you want to write a book, the idea of writing 80,000 words can feel overwhelming. But if you break it down into smaller steps, like writing 500 words a day, it becomes much more manageable. Over time, those 500-word sessions add up, and before you know it, you've written an entire book. This approach works for any goal, whether it's starting a business, learning a new skill, or improving your health. By breaking down big goals into small, achievable steps, you make the journey less overwhelming and more sustainable. The importance of celebrating small wins. In our pursuit of big goals, it's easy to focus so much on the end result that we forget to celebrate the small victories along the way. But celebrating small wins is essential for staying motivated and maintaining momentum. Each time you achieve a small goal or make progress, no matter how minor it may seem, take a moment to acknowledge and celebrate it. This helps reinforce positive behavior and reminds you that you're moving in the right direction. Celebrating small wins can be as simple as giving yourself a pat on the back, sharing your progress with a friend, or rewarding yourself with something meaningful. These celebrations don't have to be grand, but they should be intentional. Recognizing your progress, even if it's just a small step, helps you stay motivated and focused on the bigger picture. Why consistency is more important than intensity. When it comes to making progress, consistency is far more important than intensity. It's not about how hard you work in a single day or how much progress you make in one big push. It's about showing up consistently day after day and making small, incremental improvements. Think about it like this. If you go to the gym and work out intensely for 3 hours one day, you might feel accomplished in the moment. But that single workout won't make a lasting impact on your fitness. However, if you commit to working out for just 30 minutes a day, every day, the cumulative effect of those small, consistent efforts will lead to significant improvements over time. The same principle applies to any goal or habit. Whether you're trying to learn a new skill, improve your productivity, or achieve personal growth, consistency is the key to long-term success. It's better to make small progress consistently than to make a big effort once in a while and then give up. Consistency creates momentum, and momentum makes it easier to keep going, even when things get tough. By focusing on small, consistent actions, you build the habits and discipline necessary for achieving your long-term goals. Overcoming the fear of failure. One of the biggest obstacles to making progress is the fear of failure. Many people are so afraid of failing that they don't even try. But failure is a natural part of any journey towards success, and it's often through failure that we learn the most valuable lessons. When you focus on small progress, you give yourself the freedom to fail. Each small step you take is an opportunity to learn and grow, even if it doesn't go perfectly. Instead of fearing failure, embrace it as part of the process. Understand that every mistake is an opportunity to learn and improve. The fear of failure can be paralyzing, but it's important to remember that failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the path to success. The most successful people in the world have failed countless times, but they kept going. They learned from their failures, made adjustments, and kept making progress. When you view failure as a learning experience rather than a reason to give up, you remove its power to hold you back. Instead of fearing failure, focus on making small progress each day, knowing that every step forward, even the missteps, brings you closer to your goal. How to reframe setbacks as opportunities. Setbacks are inevitable on any journey, but how you respond to them can make all the difference. Instead of viewing setbacks as failures, reframe them as opportunities for growth and learning. When you encounter a setback, take a moment to reflect on what went wrong and what you can learn from the experience. Use the setback as an opportunity to adjust your approach, improve your strategy, and move forward with even more determination. Reframing setbacks as opportunities helps you maintain a positive mindset and keeps you from getting discouraged. It also helps you stay focused on the bigger picture. Remember, progress isn't always linear. There will be ups and downs, but as long as you keep going, you're still moving forward. The role of self-compassion in sustaining progress. Self-compassion is a critical component of sustaining long-term progress. It's easy to be hard on yourself when you don't achieve your goals as quickly as you'd like, or when you make mistakes along the way. But being overly critical of yourself can actually hinder your progress. Self-compassion means treating yourself with kindness and understanding, especially when things don't go as planned. Instead of beating yourself up for not making enough progress, acknowledge the effort you're putting in and recognize that setbacks are a natural part of the journey. When you practice self-compassion, you create a positive and supportive environment for yourself, which makes it easier to keep going. You're less likely to give up when things get tough and more likely to stay motivated and focused on your goals. Remember, you're not in competition with anyone else. Your journey is unique, and it's okay if your progress looks different from others. Be kind to yourself, celebrate your small wins, and keep moving forward, knowing that every step, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your goal. The ripple effect, how small progress impacts other areas of life. One of the most powerful things about small progress is that it doesn't just impact the specific area you're working on. It often creates a ripple effect that influences other areas of your life. For example, if you start making small improvements in your physical health by exercising regularly, you may find that you have more energy, better focus, and an improved mood. These positive changes can then lead to improvements in your work, relationships, and overall sense of well-being. Similarly, if you start making small progress in your personal development, such as by practicing mindfulness or improving your time management skills, you may notice that these changes positively impact your productivity, creativity, and ability to handle stress. The ripple effect of small progress is real and powerful. By making small, consistent improvements in one area of your life, you can create positive changes that extend to other areas as well. The importance of accountability. Accountability is a powerful tool for making progress. When you have someone to hold you accountable, whether it's a friend, family member, coach, or mentor, you're more likely to stay committed to your goals and keep making progress. Accountability provides external motivation and helps keep you on track, especially when you're tempted to give up. It also gives you a sense of responsibility, knowing that someone else is invested in your success. If you're struggling to stay motivated or make progress on your own, consider finding an accountability partner. This could be someone who is working towards similar goals, or simply someone who is willing to check in with you regularly and encourage you to keep going. Keep moving forward no matter what. At the end of the day, the most important thing you can do is to keep moving forward. Progress is not always about speed or intensity. It's about persistence, consistency, and the willingness to take small steps, even when the road ahead seems long. Remember, small progress is still progress. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. The journey may be slow, and the progress may not always be visible, but as long as you keep going, you are making progress. Don't be discouraged by setbacks or the pace of your progress. Celebrate your small wins, stay focused on the bigger picture, and trust the process. Success is built on the foundation of small, consistent actions, and those actions will lead you to the results you've been striving for. So keep going. Keep making small progress, because in the end, those tiny steps will lead you to the big results you've been working toward. You've got this. Stay the course, and remember, small progress is still progress, so never give up. Now is the time to take action. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for life to hand you the opportunity. You hold the power to create change, to turn your dreams into reality. Every small step you take today moves you closer to the life you've always wanted. So stop doubting, stop hesitating. It's time to commit. Believe in your strength, trust in your journey, and take that first step right now. If you're ready to take control of your life and push yourself to new heights, hit that subscribe button, share this video with someone who needs a little motivation, and join our community of unstoppable achievers. Don't let this moment slip away. You are capable of greatness, and today is the day to start your journey. Let's get it done together.